Hello, it's the Never Know Macho. Today I want to talk about getting over resistance. So, we all have resistance to doing things that we think would be good for us to do or things that we think we should do, right? So, typically, what happens is that we feel like we should do something and then we don't do it, and then we feel guilty, and then we guilt ourselves into a low state, like a sad state, like a discouraged state. Okay? So, one thing we might want to do if we want to start doing the things that we think we should do is keep one thing in mind, is that the hardest part of starting that thing that we think is hard or that we don't want to do is to start. That's the hardest part, is the start. The hardest part is to start. Okay. So what we want to do is, perhaps the first thing we could do is we could start to ask ourselves, how am I doing well already? What are some little actions that I've taken that have been good? What are some actions that I've been taking lately that are good? Like, oh, I brushed my teeth this morning. I flossed my teeth. I cleaned my tongue, whatever. Something that's good, some kind of good action. Now, it's not necessarily necessary, but it could help in the process of becoming encouraged again to get a little bit of a positive emotional state. One. Two, most important thing is to simply start. So if we want to start something, what could we do? We could set a timer, right? Maybe set a timer for 2 minutes and be like, all right, I'm only going to work on this for 2 minutes. And then we realize that it's not that bad. And if we can get into a habit of doing that action every day, now we have a new habit and we can grow it from there. You love it? So basically, doesn't have to be 2 steps. That's just something that if you want to work on, seeing that you are already doing good things and you already are taking actions in the right direction, maybe you just have to grow them as opposed to being like, oh, I'm a disaster, I have no discipline, bro, right? So start, right? Maybe put a timer on for 2 minutes. Can we do anything for 2 minutes? Just about. Maybe 1 minute? 1 minute? What do you think? Yeah. All right. So for a small amount of time, do that thing that we are having trouble with. So maybe if we're not going to go with a time paradigm or like a time persuading of ourselves, like using time to make ourselves do it, we can do instead is we can use like a little action. So let's say I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, oh, I should really do push-ups. What could I do first? I could start to move my arm, uncross my legs, maybe actually like sit up a little bit, then stand up. Then the hardest part is to get down on our feet and on our hands. That's the hardest part right there, because once we're there, we're pretty much in the position to do a couple of push-ups, right? So that's basically the blurb about getting over resistance. Am I over all my resistances? Absolutely not. Am I working on it? You better believe it. So, yeah. So these are ideas that come from Scott Adams. They come from Dr. Robert Maurer, who is a clinical psychologist. He teaches at UCLA. These are like heavy duty, like persuaders and people who are good at and understand this stuff on a deep psychological level, which I don't understand all the aspects of it, but wow, I'm ranting. Excuse me, I'm ranting now. So enjoy. I'm glad you watched. Thank you. You can subscribe if you want, and have a good